Yeah, we on Boss Talk TV. Shout out to E. He the reason you see me.
Yo. Hey, man, make sure you guys like, subscribe to the channel, man. Listen, man, this trial been crazy today, man. We got some interesting clips showing just some little snippets that the press had put out. And OG, you there? We want to go through these clips and just kind of dissect it from afar, just seeing what we could see that they kind of, gave us a little privy to. The inner city press. What you got?
Inner city press. Yes, they got it going on here. The first starting of the trial, you got them bringing Miss Ventura to the stand, and it says Mr. Johnson calls Cassie Ventura. She takes the stand. How old are you? Miss Ventura says 38. What is it? Where are you? Where do you work? I'm a musician and entertainer. How long have you been with Sean Combs? How long have you been with Sean? 10 years.
Hold on. So when it first starts off, when she come in, this is when they all right. This is the first of the government calls Cassandra Ventura. She takes the stand extremely pregnant. So she's pregnant now. We've been knowing that, but they say she's extremely pregnant.
I just found out today, 8 months pregnant.
Okay, yeah, she's extremely pregnant. Okay, now go ahead, OG. What is the next? We're going to stop at the end of this.
And then Miss Ventura, I brought it up gently. I didn't want him to just do it with someone else. Were you able to express your concerns to him? The defense's objection leading. Where is this 10 years? It jumps from that.
Yeah. It kind of skips around. It say rephrase. Why would you talk to? Why would you say gently? So that had to be a part we missing. And he said, no, up at the top, Ventura said I brought it to him gently.
Right.
I didn't want him to be angry. So she's establishing the fact of like he has and this is just skipping to it. We're not gonna have every part, but it's like we showing that he gets very angry about things when I don't do them correctly during the process of the 10 years she was with him is what they're trying to establish. Allegedly. And then the next one I'll read, he said, what did you write? Now this is good here. This is what USA Attorney asked him. He said, I really need to fuck. Why did you write that? Because I wanted to be with him. AUS say, I'll read your message. You read yours. AUS say, Sean say, you don't want to do it anymore. Ventura say, I'm so predictable. And then it goes on and says, AUSA said, what did you think this meant? Ventura said that he knew I didn't want to do the freak offs anymore. But then I backpedaled. Why? Is what the AUSA attorney said. To not make him angry. He could be violent.
Make him angry.
Yeah, he could be violent. Where you get your outfits at? Pleasure chest and everywhere. Now, this is something, I'm gonna stop here for a second. I really, I'm just looking at just even the little scattered stuff that we're able to see through this. What they're trying to establish is like he was in total dominance over this woman for 10 years.
Well, I can't even see total dominance. He asked a question. It said, what did you write? Her answer was, I really need to. So if I'm dominant, he made these when she was under duress in the times of what she did. But in the statement, the ASUA asked her, his question to her is, what did you write? And Ventura replied, I really need to. Now that's aggressive. Yeah,
she was definitely into it. Wait a minute. First of all, we got reality TV on there too. I don't want to leave her out. Do you see that's aggressive?
I was just letting y'all get y'all.
But do you feel like that was aggressive, Mike? Because you're a woman.
I feel like I don't even want to say I feel. I'm gonna say this. As a woman, I know that you will do anything to please your man. And if he putting his hands on you, you scared of him, you probably
Oh, come on.
Well, let me interject. Let me interject on that. Okay, you're saying that, if I'm, but when you write, you says I really need to. Why did you write that? Because I wanted him, right? I wanted to be with him. I'll read your message. It reads, and then you turn around and say that he knew I was predictable. How does that read that you're predictable, that you didn't want to have sex? I'll read your message. You read yours, Sean. You don't want to do it anymore, Ventura. I'm so predictable. That's not saying, you never said I didn't want it. Well, anyway, I don't see nowhere in here that I'm controlling, that I dominated you. You called me and told me you wanted to fuck. That's it. So you're a fiend. You're getting off the way you want. Some women like to get choked. Some like to get beat. Then they call it after you have an argument. I had a chick one time want to argue before we had sex. And I'm not into arguing because I'll be still mad. But she was like, that's why we couldn't stay together, because when I want to argue, I want to have sex with you, and you don't want to have. So y'all brains are so contaminated that don't make me the person, because I don't know what you really want to do.
Wow.
If you don't want to have sex with another reality TV. If you don't want to have sex with another man, you don't have sex with another man. So that's
I'm not going to do it. Wait a minute. Now, Cassie was under a contract. You know, we can't leave that part out either. And she was young. Was she like 19? Was she like 19 or something?
He met her when she was 19. She was, I think, she had a boyfriend.
Y'all men acting like people make rational thoughts when they at the age of 19.
You've been devious since you was 7. When we was playing cops and robbers, you was playing house at 7. You was having a husband and having children with dolls. So you've been doing this.
So I can't relate.
Well, hey. Hold on, guys. Let me pull it. Let me pull it back in. I want to go to this next part. We got to get through this. He say, okay. I've handed up, this is the USA attorney, I've handed you a GXB. Do you recognize it? Ventura says, yes, I've reviewed it, this drive. It has communications and documents pertaining to Mr. Combs. USA says, did you review the photos on it? Ventura says, yes. USA say, what is this photo? Ventura says, me in 2004 with Carrie Morgan. AUSA says, when did you sign with Bad Boy Records? Ventura says in 2006. It was a 10 album deal. AUSA said, did you, hold on, let me read. Did you release any after late 2006? Ventura says no. Who's in the photo? Ventura says Kim Porter. She was Sean X from before me and the mother of his children. Okay, then AUSA say, where did you celebrate your birthday? In this photo, Ventura says in Las Vegas. Carrie Morgan was there. It says we were out on the patio on my 21st birthday at the VMAs. AUSA says, what happened there? Sean kissed me in the bathroom. I ran back to my hotel. I told Carrie. Now, what is that all about? And I'll let Maisha speak on it. Reality TV. What was that all about? What is that? What did they try to establish there?
I just feel like, let me say this. To me, just listening to all this stuff, it sounds like right now, it sounds like Diddy is just a big ass freak. You know,
why is Diddy a big freak?
Yeah, well, what's wrong? If he a freak, what was she? What?
What the hell are we? What?
Stop it!
Man,
Y'all stop it! Stop! Because y'all know that this man created this environment for this girl to be
he
freaking.
didn't create shit. She brought the environment with her. Her and that boy Carrie Morgan.
He was doing that before her. He was doing all that before dream and told her this is what it's gonna be and this and this and that.
That's hearsay. That's hearsay. Objection.
This ain't no hearsay. I'm just telling you what it could be. I'm not just being.
That's speculation. That's speculation, right? That's speculation. Yeah, that's speculation.
Speculation on everything. Everything is alleged.
It's no speculation. The actual facts that he took care of her and gave her shit for 10 years, and she stole from him, and she had sex with her. She had sex.
Relationship.
I tell you what, if you have sex with another man, if I make you have sex with another man and you come back to me, you're a fool. If you don't want to have sex with
for 10 years,
she had sex.
Hold on, guys. Hold on. Both of y'all got valid points. She was under contract. If you come back, you're a fool. But they go out of the jury. They come back, say Cassie Ventura is back, jury is back, and then the judge, you may continue, and then USA Johnson says, when drugs are ran out, how did you know who to reach out to? Sean would tell me, is what Ventura said. USA says, during the session, how would you know to move to the next step? She said, Sean. And then the next day, USA said, what would happen if after the escort finished on you? Ventura said, Sean would want to put it on his body in the next room. Did you do that? She said, I did. Where? You on his nipples. Did you want to do that? Ventura said no. What do you think about that, OG?
A lie and the truth ain't.
What?
Yeah, y'all gonna say that this girl.
I'm trying to ask OG. I'm gonna let you speak.
So, Miss Reality TV. If a man tells you to stick an apparatus,
I'm not
saying you defending her. You're telling me if a man told you. Wait a minute, can you listen to it? Hypothetically, if a man told you to stick an apparatus in his anus and you didn't want to do it, would you do it with him for 10 years?
And he puffed that, and he got
would you do it for 10 years?
If he was puffed that, he got me under a contract, and if I like
a contract, wait a minute, no, a contract. You broke so many contracts in your life. A contract don't mean shit. That's a business deal.
I'm trying to speak from this girl's perspective. I'm not speaking
her perspective ain't shit. If she didn't come in there with a contract.
Because I'm trying to tell you something. That's why a lady is on here. Because it's not just going to be from a male's perspective. Stop thinking that everything is like I said, when you're 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, I'm going to keep going. You don't know. You lost. Okay. You got this grown-ass man that you think is this mogul, and he's telling you to do these things. Stop acting like you're a man.
Well, let's go with actual facts. You were under contract. The actual facts, you were under contract. You was married to a man. Did you stay with him?
I beat his ass. And yeah,
did you stay with him?
Hell no. I wasn't under no contract.
You was under contract.
That don't count.
So when you was under contract, you broke the contract yourself, right?
Baby, I ran. Skid down.
Okay, so she had an option.
Wow.
Y'all see that man chase that girl down?
Okay, we're gonna get to that. Hold on. I want to read this last part. I want to read this.
$150,000 worth of jewelry from.
Okay, let me read this last part. It says, Interpress comes in and says, what supplies AUSA asked for a freak off? Ventura says, Astroglide, baby oil, and condoms. AUSA say, who brought the supplies? Ventura says, securities, Sean's assistant. AUSA say, which brand of baby oil? Ventura says, Johnson. AUSA said, how was it used? Ventura said, Sean said, you need to get glistening. You got to be glistening. Innocent Press says, USA says, were there freak offs where you ran out of baby oil? Defense said, objection. Your Honor, this is irrelevant. AUSA said, you also mentioned Astroglide. Defense said, same objection, irrelevant. Judge, and then there was a little sidebar where they talked about this, but it got pretty hostile about this glistening and baby oil and what you do when you run out and all that. I want to say, OG, hold on, OG. So what is that? Why did you think the the attorney would be asking those type of questions, like what is he worried about that for?
The attorney is trying to build a picture with the jury of common everyday citizens that don't use baby power. They don't go to freak off. So this is appalling to the regular person. It puts a bad picture. But we're talking about the glistening. You are allowed. Now, she never said that Sean Puffy Combs applied the baby oil to her. He said the assistant brought it in, and it was placed, he wanted her glistening. But it never said that he applied it.
Yeah, it said to the nipples.
She put it on his nipples, so she was still the aggressor.
I forgot this point.
Yeah, she put it on his nipples. So they was doing S&M, and he was massive, and she was a sadist. She put pressure on Puffy. It's nothing in her conversation where she's talking about she was scared. It's nothing alleged that he made her do. You come up with a contract. That was a music contract. It had nothing to do with a fucking contract.
Wow. Would you so would you say that, you know, when you look at the way this thing is going, I think the lawyers are going to probably cross-examine her tomorrow. So that cross-examination, and once they cross-examine her, I believe, like I told someone earlier today, that they're going to bring out some specifics where she was having affairs in other situations, where it's going to give her the opportunity to speak on some things that she wasn't prepped on, because all these things that she's asked today by her side is pretty much prepped, and they already talked to her over and over again about these questions. You know that. So at the end of the day, they already felt like they was going to try to drive something home.
They got hard questions, though.
But still, this is what they built up. So we know this is what they have been studying. This is their plan to come in and establish the fact that she was pretty much taking fluids off of. Hold on, let me finish. Taking fluids off of another man, putting them on another man's nipple. This is the in-depthness that they're trying to establish this at, and I don't know if it's going to be enough. I really don't, because it don't seem to.
Y'all forgetting she just a witness. They just brought her in. Of course they gonna pay her.
No. She's a star witness. She's not just a witness.
Because she was actually there, so she's gonna be there. Of course, she's gonna be a star witness. What do you mean?
No, so why are you defensive?
You're the one trying to play it down. She's the star witness.
I'm not playing nothing down, y'all.
That's what you said. You come
side. I'm giving you another way of looking at things, because I'm not
no other way to look at it. You're always in denial when it comes to a woman.
What is denial? I'm not in denial. You still have to be open. She's a woman at the end of the day. Like I said.
Oh, she was open.
Gold digger.
Bottom line is, people who came to watch the case were walking out. I hate to say it. We were getting bored in there with Cassidy's testimony. I think everybody thought it was going to be explosive. This is a RICO case. They're trying to show trafficking, if you know what I mean. And I hate to say it, but the government is doing a terrible job at showing it. Now, they are showing, yes, domestic violence. They keep asking her, so at these freak-offs, who selected your outfits? Who Diddy? But they're not showing, okay, this escort was taken, traveled here for this. And it's not showing multiple people involved. All you're seeing the government prove is that Diddy committed domestic violence, but that is a state case that is not need a federal trial. So I hate to say it, guys. We know we don't want this, but I think Diddy could get off on the RICO charges.
She was way open, and she was a gold digger, and she wasn't open because when she was with Kerry Morgan, her and Kerry Morgan had freak-offs. He's the one that told Puffy.
So you saying, OG, that she pretty much was already in this lifestyle and they pulled Puffy in, is what you're saying?
The same way with Superhead, when Superhead got around, Puffy turned her on to Irv Gotti. Irv Gotti turned her on to Ja Rule. Ja Rule turned her on to
oh my God.
Oh shit. She turned up. Well, it ended up Bobby Brown. We even had her in L.A.
I know.
So they had all these references.
Hold on, one at a time.
Superhead got turned around. She got damn good reviews, and she went through in the same way. This Ventura vixen. She was with multiple men before 1917, 16. She used her vocals more than one way.
Wow. So reality TV, coming from a woman's perspective, you being a woman that you've been in the industry and you've been in the entertaining field, like, so being around these guys and being asked to do certain freaky things, were you ever forced to do anything that you couldn't control? I'm asking.
Not you trying to encourage me.
No, I'm asking you. I'm just asking you. Have you ever been forced? No, I'm asking you. I'm just trying to ask you.
I'm going to tell you from my personal experience, in the entertainment world, in the industry, whether it's the sports, whether it's the music or whatever it is, men are aggressive. Okay? They are.
Hold on, OG. Let her finish, because I want to hear if she was forced in anything.
Some of them do feel like.
Answer my question. I say, were you forced in or not?
They are that nigga, so you supposed to.
I asked you one simple question. Were you forced into anything? Wait a minute, OG. Let her talk. I'm asking you, were you forced in?
She's not answering.
Were you?
She's not answering the question. She's trying to beat around the bush. Let me ask you this question. You talking about a man. We asked about a woman.
So I'm trying to get everything out while I can. Okay.
No, I don't care. Okay, let me say this. In your contract, in your contract, when you're did anybody ever
try to defend the man?
Did a woman ever try to get at your husband while you was married to him?
I don't know.
I'm not seeing it. I could be wrong, but the government is just not doing a great job. I stepped out because I'm just dying in there. It is really hard. It's hard to write all day. I will have more info on stuff for you guys. Cassie broke down on the stand crying, basically just saying that she loves the diddler and she would do anything for him. And I hate to say it, but I think the defense is going to come back and say, well, this is a case of somebody who is just so in love that she would say, literally, I just wanted to make him happy. I didn't want him to be angry or upset because you didn't know what could happen. And so I think the defense is going to get up there and say, look, you were just so in love with him, you would do anything he asked you to. Well, guess what? That's not, that was your choice. That's what they're going to say is you were an adult and you made that choice, whether good or bad, you made that choice to do anything for him for love. So I don't know, Patriots.
Oh my goodness.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know, baby. I wasn't married to him for 2 months, so I can't say.
Did you ever accuse your husband of infidelity?
No.
Okay.
I wasn't married to him long enough. I had to fight.
Okay.
I'm keep trying to tell you that.
Okay, well, it's the same thing. It's really the same type of relationship of you calling Diddy so aggressive. And I think a lot of times, reality TV, a lot of your answers come because you've been hurt and you've been through stuff, physical altercations. So I get it, but
that's not where it's coming
no,
from.
and I get it. I think, and I'm saying, for 10 years, somebody forcing you to do something for 10 years is just hard for, I guess, OG. OG can't. I'm saying from OG, from the way he answered the question, he just.
Because you're speaking with no emotion.
I'm just saying.
From a woman's perspective.
Okay. You're a woman, but you're a hurt woman. And you try to think everything.
I am not hurt. I promise you, I'm not hurt. I am a healed woman.
Well, let me ask you this. 10 years ago. Are you back in have you been married again? Are you back in a relationship where
I'm in a relationship.
How long have you ever been engaged again within the 10 years that you've been?
Yes.
And what happened with that?
left.
You left again. Okay.
I didn't feel like
You left
I didn't
again.
like that.
Okay.
Since,
Your
can I ask
person
you,
wasn't gonna be for me. That person wasn't gonna be for me.
since you said that you were in a relationship and it was no infidelity, so you were
I
the
didn't
part.
say that.
That's what you said. I asked you.
I don't know.
I asked you, was it any infidelity? You
And
said
I said,
no.
I don't know. No, you said, did I accuse him? And I said, no. You asked me, did infidelity happen? And I said, I don't know. The first time in the
Okay, I'm finna end this right now, guys. I just want to know. Hold on. I got you, and I just want to say, man, thank y'all for calling in. I don't know. I don't. Hold on. Let me say this. I don't know if Diddy.
I'm black. It's because I'm black.
You won't hush. You just keep talking. I asked you to be quiet while I close this off. Okay, so
be quiet the whole time.
so here's what we gotta go back to Puff Daddy, P Diddy, Diddy, the Diddler. We got to go back and say, what do you guys think? Get in the comments. Did they according to the way that AUSA was approaching this? Did he drive home the factor of what he was trying to drive home? Do you think Cassie Ventura did a great job today on the stand? What do you think from just hearing what was read? I know you heard a lot today because there's a lot of back and forth going on. Emotions was high because certain people on the call with me have been hurt, but guys, just get in the comments. Hold on. Just get in the comments. Let us know. How do you think she'll be cross-examined tomorrow? Do you think that the defense will bring up some pertinent information that maybe we didn't get to hear today? Let us know what you think. And thank you, Reality TV. Thank you, OG, for calling in. And I just want to say, man, guys, if you're in an abusive relationship, you don't have to stay in it. Nobody is making you stay for 10 years. I'm going to say that. You can walk away. Now, I know you might walk away without having that Bentley, that big house and all that, and all the stuff that you afforded in the luxuries. But I get it. But you're going to have to walk away if somebody's abusing you. Boss Talk 101 reviews.
Yeah, we on Boss Talk TV. Shout out to E. He the reason you see me.